Hello everyone, thanks for joining an intuitive file management system with Enterprise Pdm Part 2 and the webinar sessions. I'm Ken Fung, Senior Application Engineer from IME Technology Sdn Bhd. Today we are going to continue the remaining 3 common problems in Office and what kind of solutions to resolve all of them. Let's give you some reminders that what we have been gone through the last webinars. We actually identify the reference loss is a problems, poor performance direct over the networks, and it's actually very wasting times on time searchings. Give you some review on the previous webinars, how importance of the reference to help us to make decision earlier. This is just examples from Robocop's videos that help us to find out that a reference of our assembly designs that in fact have many contents such as the sub-assemblies, drawings, and also the parts, and all the information regarding all of the parts and the assembly is very important, such as the file properties, for instance part numbers, descriptions, material, and so on. As you know, EPDM is not a system that only helps in the drawings and also the 3D files management, but it can help you to store other kind of file formats such as PDF, Excel, and Word in the forms of reports, specification documents, and manuals. And it's also very important for us to find out the status of the file, so therefore it helps us ease in the projects and file management. And we also have talked about the poor performance over network. It's very congested for everyone to accessing the file just through a same path. We're also talking about the searching files versus the reworks and the time. We shall actually able to find out the files with different kind of criteria based on the 5 Ws and 1 H. Today we're going to focus on another 3. First, which is the difficulties in maintaining past versions. Is actually having the work loss due to the inadvertent overwritings of files and manufacturing the wrong versions of the design. Let's take on the first, which is the difficulties in maintaining past version of files. Have you ever saved the file into another files and then rename it? And if let's say after some time you're still able to identify which is the latest revision, and some of the file might be not taken care by us, it could be other colleagues or maybe other designers or engineers. How can you know which one is the latest revision? Can we rely on the modified dates to ensure this is the latest revision? Very true that we are unable to use that as evidence to show this is the latest revision, and it's actually quite risky if you use this as a reference. What if you have a very nice structures of the files and you have all the list of the versions of the file, how it changed from the first stage and the remaining cycles of its life, and even you know what kind of things that you have been changed until it's approved as a revisions. Therefore, many users that having 3D CADs with them such as Solidworks or maybe other kinds of files like normal Microsoft Word, it's also very hard to save their previous versions. And therefore, we have defined this is the very difficult issues or the common problems in our office. EPDM actually provide a solutions that help you automatically save the versions by every check-ins or upload to the server, and easily you can retrieve the previous version just from the checklist or the list or revision list while working in Solidworks, or maybe you are not working in Solidworks. Both ways actually also valid. You can access the older versions controlled by via user rights. That means that whether you have the permission to see the previous versions. And the older version can be also automatically deleted or moved to the other storage location as archive purpose. so that you can help you manage or put in the file to a several locations. Apart from talking about the versionings of the file, have you ever overwrite your own file or maybe other people's files? This is the emotion phase that might be appear during the time you find out that your file actually being overwrite by yourself or maybe by other people's. What is the thing that you need to do next? You need to rework it, wasting on time, and it's not effectiveness enough. And then by causing you delay on the projects. So work loss due to the inadvertent overwriting files is a issue and a common problems in our office as well. EPDM is actually helping in this kind of situations, because normally only one user can access the file to change it, while the file is actually being checked out by you at one time. However, other people still can able to open it and have a view on it. The changes, as we said just now, by using the versionings features in EPDMs, you can actually help by storing the new version by the check-in and maintaining the past work. So therefore, you won't make your old previous version being overwritten. The user also will able to know who is the current user that accessing the files by checking out the file. Other than this, the other user can't access the checkout file, but they can't modify them. They can access, it means they can able to open, and the system also have the capabilities to let the user to roll back. It means that if let's say I already create a new version, but I no longer need it, I need to go back to the previous version as my latest one, so that we call it as rollback versions. Last but not least, talking about the manufacturings, it normally will be the passive actions that waiting the any order from the R&D sites or maybe the design departments. Manufacturing the wrong versions of a design is a very serious case, because it will cause a lot of scraps, because you're no longer able to use, because customer will reject, and you cannot undergo the QA assessments. And therefore, we must make sure our drawings, the information transmit from the preliminary actions of design must be correct. If you manufacturing a wrong versions of files, they will causing a lot of problems, not only the cost of the scrap, but you actually make your names of a company to be a bad name, because you're unable to fulfill customer projects deadline. How EPDM helps in this? Actually, we centralize all the data into the single server. Therefore, all the information updates or versionings update will be notified automatically based on the file status and also through the information message system in EPDM. It will eliminate all the duplications files, because it will only save into the single file shown on screen, but you're able to go back to the previous version as just now we have mentioned. Yeah, we have the automatic notifications via email or the message system within the EPDM system whenever there is a changes occur. The user also have the right to control to release the file whenever they have the permission in the electronic workflows. It means that the only managerial level peoples that can actually change the status of the file to make it release as a control documents. Let us study about a cause and effect, why we will have the extra cost by after having the study on all the informations and the causes of these common issues. The costs mainly come from the operation cost or manufacturing cost, and it causes us to have to rework, because due to the low efficiencies of the workers or maybe the scraps causing us to have the extra cost. Why we need to rework? It because due to the file overwrittens, file loss. Why the user will have low efficiency? Because because they work directly on networks and causing the file corrupted, perhaps, or maybe slow down their workings through openings and save the file. The file reference loss, causing them the need to manually change the reference. Due to scrap, it might due to using a wrong versions, and all of this is because of the bad file management or without any system. Let's have a look on a video and see how ePDMs can help in SolidWorks file versioning management that we have been gone through the 3 common office issues.
Change happens, and it's an essential part of the design process. Have you ever opened an assembly to find the feature manager was lit up like a Christmas tree, when you know that the day before everything was just fine? So what changed? Well, chances are a change was made inadvertently without regard to the assembly you're working on. First, let's interrogate the assembly to determine the problem. It's pretty clear that the holes no longer line up, causing a mate error. With Solidworks Enterprise Pdm, it's simple to investigate the change and remedy the situation. The task pane provides all pertinent information about the assembly, as well as highlighting the selected component. We can see that we're working with the latest version, and it's being edited by Neil. Upon closer examination, we see that he recently checked in this part after changing the hole pattern, thus causing an error in our assembly. With SolidWorks Enterprise Pdm, we now have a choice. We could design around Neil's change without a different bearing, or we could choose to retrieve an older version of the side plate. Getting an older version automatically reloads the component with the one that we specified. Simple, and no more rebuild errors. Yes, change happens, but with SolidWorks Enterprise Pdm, you can be assured that your day-to-day changes are managed and older designs and their references are secure and accessible, making version errors a thing of the past. For more information on SolidWorks Enterprise Pdm, contact your local SolidWorks reseller or explore this site further.
Hope you enjoyed the videos. Let's just go around of a summary that what we have been learned today. First, we know ePDM can help us to do the versioning control through the check-in and check-out. It helps us to reduce the overriding files or maybe eliminate this issue through the user right access. Not only that, we will help us to eliminate the manufacturing wrong version because they won't have any duplication of files and status is clear on the system. And only the peoples can access and release the file by the digital approval process. To remind you what we have been learned in the part 1, we also use ePDM to resolve the reference loss issue because ePDM can help you automatically update all the reference whenever or you rename the file or move it. We solve the poor performance over the network because all the file will be cached through the LAN. And last but not least, it helps the engineers to save the time for searching for design review purpose. Let's have a look on that video.
SolidWorks Enterprise Pdm helps you get your design data under control so that you can substantially improve the way your teams manage and collaborate on design. To gain the advertised benefits of product data management, the tool must not get in the way of the day-to-day design process. In a nutshell, it must be easy and fun to use. Let's take a look at SolidWorks Enterprise Product Data Management, or ePDM. Everyone using a Windows system will recognize this. It's Windows Explorer. Accessing this secure vault is as easy as browsing to a folder and logging in. In the middle is a familiar file view with additional information such as description and who has control of the file. The toolbar at the top gives access to commonly used commands like check in and out or copy and paste. The lower pane contains information about the selected file. Here you can view and print more than 200 file types, including major CAD formats, Microsoft Office documents, PDF files, images, and more. The data card provides easy access to a wealth of information about the file. Version and workflow state information of the file is available, as well as computed bills of materials. The Contains and Where Used tabs provide information about how files are associated with each other. So as you can see, Solidworks Enterprise Pdm is so integrated inside of Windows Explorer that you will hardly know you are using it. But it doesn't stop here. In fact, EPDM is so integrated with Windows that it is a part of every open and save dialog, including SolidWorks. This makes it easy to find, share, and reuse data, and you can be sure that protected files are secure and are not accidentally overwritten. With the integrated search, you can find data in multiple ways, such as using parameters like file name or custom properties like part number or description. Or you can even search on current workflow state. Once found, files are ready to be used in your design. The Solidworks Enterprise Pdm task pane allows you to quickly view a hierarchical display of the current file, version, description, as well as its status. With this deep integration, Solidworks Enterprise Pdm gives you secure access and control of all data associated with your design, so you can substantially improve the way your teams manage and collaborate on design. SolidWorks applications provide great capabilities you can use right away for design, simulation, communication, and file management to work faster and make your products better. Explore all the features in the demo library or contact your nearest SolidWorks reseller.
We have shown you all the information regarding the remaining 3 common issues. Feel free to ask us during the Q&A sessions. And if you want to learn more about EPDM, stay tuned to our next webinar sessions. I hope you enjoyed the webinar today. Please follow us on the Facebook/SolidWorks Malaysia or our blogspot to get our latest information and activities update. I'm Ken Fong, a senior application engineer. If you want to get any inquiry from us, or you have a personal questions to ask me regarding EPDM, you can add me at my Skype ID ken_fong, or email me at skfong@catcam.com.my. We also have our hotline for technical support 1300-882797, or go to our website www.imetech.com.my. Thanks for joining our webinars, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye.